I pretty much always wanted to be a dentist or a doctor, because my father's in real estate, and I wanted to do nothing like that, you know. So I wanted to always like the sciences. I like building things as a kid. Grew up, you know, whenever something was assembly required, that was my job. You know, probably a lot of you are like that too. You like to build stuff. You're artistic, maybe. So you know, I always thought it was going to be something with the hands. And you know, dentistry made a lot of sense for me. So after this, I went up to Maryland. I went to college over there. I studied law, actually pre-law, but you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I was going to dental school. So you know, my uncle is a dentist in New York, and he told me from the get-go, you got to be a periodontist. You know, he loved his periodontist, and he thought it was the best profession in the world. I thought I'd be an orthodontist. Probably most people that go to dental school say they want to be an orthodontist, right? So, you know, that was my thinking of, like everybody else. I wanted to be an orthodontist, but you know, it's tough to get into ortho. You know, I'm not gonna lie. But I liked perio. You know, from the get-go, I liked the surgery part of it. I liked the medical side of it. And I went to the University of Maryland. It's a state school. Back then, tuition was about $27,000 a year. I don't know what it is now. I imagine it's probably a lot more. Yeah, you're not nodding your heads. So I thought that was exorbitant. You know, this isn't early 2000s. So, but you know, it's a big commitment. But dental school was good. Dental school was great, and yeah, I was fortunate to get into perio straight from dental school. So it's another discussion. But I stayed in Maryland. I did 3 years of perio, and it was a great experience. And then right after the day I graduated, we came back to Miami because I missed the palm trees and everything. So, yeah, it's great to be back. Like I say, right now I'm working in a bunch of different offices in Miami and Broward, and I just do perio now. And it's really been a good experience. I'll tell you what I like about perio. You know, I assume everybody knows, but I'll just say it in case anyone doesn't. You know, perio is the specialty of dentistry that deals with gums and gum infections and implants. So it's a surgical specialty. It's mostly surgery, similar to an oral surgeon. Definitely very you know, hands-on and detail-oriented. For me, the decision to specialize was revolved around wanting to really be an expert in something. You know, nowadays, the opportunities to learn, to get continuing education is amazing. So you can be a general dentist, and you can take courses on implants, you could take courses on pretty much anything, endo, root canals, oral surgery, but it's different. You know, I really wanted to be able to focus in on something and really, you know, master it to the best of my ability. So that's why I did perio. You know, I didn't want to be doing it but not feel like I had all the information. You know what I mean? So I really wanted to get that. What else can I tell you? You know, my advice to you, if you don't mind, I offer some advice. You know, I know that would be to spend as much time with dentists as you can. I know that Maya and Valentina have had the opportunity to shadow, and I don't know if the others have as well. But I would tell you that it's a great way to get to know, you know, to make sure, first of all, that you like dentistry. Also, I'd encourage you to see different dentists in different offices. You know, there's so many. Everybody's different, of course, and everybody has different styles. But there's major differences. You know, there's some offices where you just have one dentist, or there may be some offices where there's 2 or 3 dentists. Some offices that have multi-specialties where, you know, a periodontist will come in, or an endodontist, and they're all different, and they're all interesting, and they're all, have pros and cons. And I think it's nice, obviously this is down the road for you, but I think it's nice to be starting to think about, what kind of dentist you want to be, what kind of office you want to have or work at. And you know what? There's never enough time. There's never enough time. And, you think, I'll worry about this later. But like the truth is, and I'm sure now you don't have time, but when you see things now, if you do have any time, you're able to get an idea of what's out there, what different people are doing, and it will help. I think it will help. The other piece of advice I'll tell you, if you don't mind, is when you get into dental school, is to really, soak it in, because a lot of people in my class, I'm a nerd. I was a good student. I went to class all the time, but a lot of people weren't so interested. Going out, partying, missing class half the time. The way I look at it, I could be wrong, but I look at it, I paid a lot of money to go to school, and you want to get the most you can out of school. I see the people that graduate, now they're paying a lot of money to go back to school, to go to continuing education, to go learn more. Once you're there, I think it only makes sense to soak it in. And then, another piece of advice would be to go in with an open mind. Like I said, I was thinking about ortho, and then I was thinking about perio. I definitely think it's premature to go into dental school thinking you want to be a periodontist or an endodontist or a general dentist. I think you're really going to dental school to get exposure, to open your mind, to see what it is, and it's a matter of just seeing what you like, and like I say, that's why I want to give you my contact info, because today you may not be thinking about it, but maybe at some point in the future, maybe you'll want to think about perio or endo or something else. And if you have any questions, like I say, I'm more than happy to discuss and share my humble opinion. Let me see. Should we look at some of these questions here? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead if you
want. Okay, I'll look at the questions, and then if someone wants to unmute themselves, I'm tired of hearing myself, so maybe someone else wants to talk. So here, Lee asked, how many years after dental school did it take to specialize in perio? So Lee, that's a great question. It's 3 years of perio. It used to be 2 years, and then they made it. Most of the programs are 3 years, as far as I know. Some people, there's definitely an option to not go straight from dental school. There's people that do like, let's say, a 1 year AGD or GPR, something like that, which is great, because then you get a lot of good general experience before perio. And I definitely think that the better, the more general knowledge you have, the better general dentist you are, the better periodontist you'll be. But then, of course, there's people that go and work for time, and then they realize they want to go back to school and specialize in whatever specialty it is. I work with a dentist now who's been out of school a few years, and he decided he wants to go to endo, and he applied, and he's going to endo. So, it's a little bit easier, I think, going straight from school, just because once you've started working and hopefully making some money, it's kind of hard to then give that back, stop the income, and go back to school. But there's definitely value in working a bit, maybe making back some money, or gaining experience for sure, and then going back. So again, pluses and minuses for that. But perio was 3 years, and it's good. It's intense. I mean, it's immersive. I went to University of Maryland, and they have a very a strong perio program. It's very kind of historic. It's one of the original ones. And I mean, you're living and breathing periodontics to the point of like literally ad nauseum. Studying old literature, time in the clinic, supervising the dental students. It's a great experience. It really is a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's that question. Did I answer that question, Lee? Hope so. Okay, Sarah asked, does periodontics compare to implantology, even though the latter is not a specialty? You know, that's a great question also. You know, periodontics is interesting because periodontics, you know, the mission statement of periodontics used to be the specialty of saving teeth. You know, so we used to do all kinds of crazy things to save a tooth because there were no real good alternatives. You know, implants were like 50% successful. Nobody wanted to do that. And so periodontics, we do crazy things, bone grafts, trying to save, you know, tie teeth together, anything you could to save them. Then when implants became more popular, you know, periodontics kind of took a focus on implants. So definitely a lot of the, you know, perio programs are focusing on implants, maybe 50%, 60%, some more than others. But implants is a big part of perio. So your question is really good, Sarah. What's the difference between implantology and periodontics? So there's no doubt that you can get good experience in implantology. You can study all about implants, and you can be very good. You can be very good. There's a lot of great people that do implants that are not periodontists, that are either general dentists, they're prosthodontists. There's even endodontists that do root canals, and they decided that the root canal didn't work and they can take it out and put an implant. I mean, anybody can do implants. You know, periodontics is a lot more than implants. I mean, we can answer like this, you know, obviously periodontics encompasses a lot more than the implants because it's also still the focus of saving teeth, of the chronic infection, of, you know, all how that impacts the whole body is a big focus of periodontics. And that's another topic of another discussion if you're interested. You know, so still saving teeth is in the realm of periodontics and not implantology, because by definition, implantology is about removing teeth and putting implants. So I think as a periodontist, you have a different perspective as far as, you know, when is it good to save teeth and when is it not good to save teeth, and think about implants. The other thing is the training. You know, in a periodontics residency, because you're spending 3 years all the time, you know, you get a chance to observe what happens, you know, how the patients heal. You know, you can see what works and what doesn't work. A lot of these implant courses, implantology, you know, there's different ones. I mean, you could go to different countries for a week and get good training. I'm not saying it's not good. I've never done it, but do you know what happened to the patient after the month or 6 months or a year? Probably not, right? So how do you bring that back to your practice? Or there's other programs where you can go maybe for a weekend for a year. The point is that, you know, in periodontics, you're getting an intense training, you know, and I think that's worthwhile. I'm not saying you can't get it from in other ways. I'm not saying that you can't become an implantologist and do great implants and do great work. And I have a lot of respect for, you know, for everybody. You know, I don't think periodontists are better than anybody else. I certainly don't think I'm better than anybody else. But it's just a matter of the training. I mean, it's 3 years of intense training. You know, they beat you up. They say, why do you do this? And why do you do that? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And you're in the hot seat, you know, and it's intense. So it's a good training. It really is. Good. Sarah, I hope that was good. If not, you feel, of course, feel free to, you know, put in a, you know, follow-up. Then Lee asked, why did you choose dental school over medical school? You know, so I thought about medical school, but I didn't want to be in school for so long. You know, I heard doctors have to be in school for 7 years. So little did I know that between 4 years of dental school and 3 years of perio, I'd be in dental school for 7 years. So that didn't turn out well. But really, you know, when I was starting, all the doctors that I knew were complaining about all the insurance things that were changing and that everything was managed. And they were all saying that their dentist friends have more, you know, autonomy, that nobody's telling them what they can charge, what they can't charge. Nobody's telling them what they can do or can't do. And that's still something that I think is still valid. As far as dentists can have a lot of flexibility to be able to practice however they want. They want to practice full-time, part-time, take insurance, don't take insurance. There's tons of opportunities and different ways to go. Medicine is great too. Look, I think at the end of the day, you gotta go where your heart is and what you want to do. The other thing about medicine is not everybody gets into the specialty that they want. If I have friends that are doctors that wanted to become a pediatrician, they didn't get in, so now they're doing, I don't know, dermatology. It's like, it's different. It's different. If you like working with your hands, yeah, you could be a medical surgeon, but there's different options. I think dentistry is great, though. I think it's a good thing. What else? What else can I help you with?
Thank you, Dr. Berkowitz.
Anybody else? Any other questions? No. Okay, good. Let me give you my Erica's asking me a great question. What kept you motivated during difficult times? Now, you're referring to difficult times like studying for the dental school. I guess you're talking about COVID, dental school? Erica?
I guess I'll just unmute myself. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Look, I'll start with that. Well, Erica.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I was more referring to like balancing studying for the DAT as well as like normal course load and everything. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling burnt out lately, so I'm just kind of was hoping to pick your brain.
Burnt out I'm sorry, I missed, you cut off a little bit. Burnt out as far as what?
Like, can you hear me better now?
I hear you.
I was wondering how you avoided feeling burnt out, like when you were studying for the DAT and managing regular course loads.
It might be better to chat. It's not coming through.
Dr. Berkowitz, I think because it's saying that your connection is like red.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try to move
But
inside.
you just heard me, so I don't know if it's from what end.
All right, hang on a second. Any better here?
Yes.
Oh, can you tell me to turn? Is it better here?
Yes.
You're getting a tour of my house. Better?
Yes.
1 second. Let me have my son shut off the thing. I'm sorry about that. Dobie, could you make it a little bit lower, please? Okay. Yeah, I see Erica. Can you hear me okay, everybody?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great. So, yeah, I mean, Erica, look, it's a lot, DATs are rough. Dental school's really rough. The first year is really rough. A lot of school between the sciences and the hands-on part. I think the key is study habits. Just to be really organized, to start studying early. Someone gave me great advice which is to study what you don't know. I remember when I was studying for the DATs, I had these box of cards. Do they still have those, the dental decks?
I've seen them on Amazon.
Yeah, I guess that's ancient, but it was a box of flashcards basically and anyways, the tendency is to like want to study what you already know, what you feel comfortable with, but to like force yourself just to do what you don't want to do, what you're pushing off to study the parts that you don't like. that part. Yeah, burnout's hard. I mean, there's so much going on. There's so much stress in the world. So many big things. But you got to keep your eye on the end. You know, it's gonna get better. Everything's gonna get better. But with the studying, yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, good study habits, study regularly, study with a friend. I don't know, yeah, and have fun. You know, but you gotta find a good balance for everything. Let's see here. Nora is asking, what does your day look like as a perio? And Catherine saying, you know, what's the common procedure you see on a day-to-day basis in your specialty? You know, my time, depending on the different, I work in different offices. I work in about six different offices. Some I'm at once a week. Some I'm at every other week. I never really got my own practice. I work for different, you know, I'm kind of a traveling perio, they call it. So I work in different offices. So, you know, some of the offices are more heavily in implants. Some are more in perio. So, you know, I see about, I don't know, maybe 10 patients a day. You know, we do some consults, we do some procedures. It's usually pretty busy, and it's fun. It's a good mix of different procedures. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
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 Yeah?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, okay, great. Great. And like I say, any of you are invited to come if you would like to spend a day with me, or a half a day, or an hour. You're welcome. You're more than welcome. It's yeah, like I say, I think it's good experience to see different things. If you have time and you want to, you're more than welcome. My offices are like spread out. I'm in an office in Homestead, in Kendall, in Aventura, Hollywood, Pembroke Pines. I put a lot of miles on my car, and yeah, it's fun, and I like to go to the different offices. You know, as a you know, there's pluses and minuses to what I do. You know, yeah, it would be nice to have one home to keep my stuff. Like this, I have to carry around some instruments and stuff. That's the negatives. But the pluses, I get to see different offices, work with different people. So it's nice. That's a good thing about it. I'll send my contact info for sure. I'll put it on the chat, so you'll have my cell phone and my email, and feel free to reach out to me. And Lee asked, you know, would you say periodontists have the same amount of time for family as a general dentist? I would think so. I mean, look, the great thing about dentistry is you can make your own schedule. You know, you could work as much as you want. You could work as little as you want. My schedule, my day is usually 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. I don't have any late hours. Usually, maybe once in a while, I'll do like a patient can only come at night, so I'll work till like 8 or 9 at night. I don't do Saturdays or Sundays. You know, there's general dentists who work more. There's general dentists who work less. It's just a matter of, you know, what kind of hours you want to have, how much time. You know, I'm a family guy. I like to spend time with the kids in the evenings, so it's important for me. So, but I don't know if there really is a difference, you know, between perio and general dentistry. I don't know. Yeah. Let me put here the my contact info, so you'll have that. Oh, spelled my name wrong. All right. Any other questions or comments, or I don't know. I enjoyed the time we spent together. Like I said, I wish we could meet up in person, but Would do it again another time.
Thank you for your time.
Yes.
Sounds like a
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your time. Maya, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining. We really appreciate it. And we'll definitely try to coordinate something for next semester, maybe in person, if
that
possible.
would be awesome.
We'll try our
Yeah,
best.
absolutely.
I'll stay.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes.
Thank you so
Keep in
much,
touch.
Dr. Berkowitz.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Berkowitz.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Have a great
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's Erica. I just wanted to say that I hope that you guys' final season is going well. I'm kind of struggling, but we can just push through. So I wanted to say good luck.
You got this.
Thank you. You too. Well, everybody else as well.
Yes, thank you. You too.
Lee, I love your headband.
Oh my god, they're so cute. I just saw them.
I love them so much. I think oh my god, stop. I own those. I have Santa ones too.
Oh, super cute. Yeah, I got